What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray. So I love Claudia Gray's writing. She is definitely my favorite Star Wars writer, and while I wasn't super thrilled with her Firebird trilogy, it was still a lot of fun. I loved seeing her play through with the idea of soulmates and all that kind of fun stuff. So getting into Defy the Stars, I was really excited. I didn't really know anything about this book except for that it was a sci-fi, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that's a little bit closer to Star Wars. But in this book, we are set way in the future where there's all these different types of planets, and we have this war going on between the planet Earth and the planet Genesis, and we are thrown right into the action as this book opens up during one of the battles. And our first main character, Noemi, who's fighting for the planet Genesis, her friend is injured. They take refuge on this abandoned ship, which turns out not to be quite as abandoned as they thought, as they find our other main character, a robot named Abel, who has been alone on this ship for 30 years. And what's interesting about Abel is that he is very advanced. He is the most advanced mech that has ever been created within this universe, and Noemi knows that she could use him to end the war. She could use him to destroy the gate that is allowing Earth to get to Genesis. And from there, we just go on this wild, crazy adventure with Noemi and Abel going to all these different planets, collecting what they need, and learning a lot more about each other. What I love about Claudia Gray is that she's always playing with some kind of idea. So like with the Firebird trilogy, we were looking at the idea of soulmates. And in this book, we're looking at the idea of what it means to have a soul. So Abel isn't necessarily alive. He's a robot, but he is so human-like. He's intuitive. He does feel emotions. And Noemi is condemning this man, this robot, to die. He's not going to survive this mission. And obviously he's going along with it. It's just part of his programming. He has to obey her. She's his acting commander. But as she gets closer to him and as she learns more about him, she's not sure if she could go through with it. And there's this one scene in particular where she finds out that Abel can dream, that it just really doesn't sit well with her because it's like, that's too human. That means he has a soul. He has free will. All this, like seeing Noemi have to deal with that was really amazing. And on Abel's part, I love that we get this book from his perspective as well, because he's very sassy. The audiobook guy who does the voice for Abel did a really good job. And just seeing him go through like his intuition and seeing him turn through all these emotions, like he's never felt a lot of this before, and he was alone for 30 years, so some of it he's just not sure about and blah blah. It's really amazing. I got very attached to Noemi and Abel specifically because Abel is a precious baby boy who should be protected at all costs. But overall, I am just really excited to continue on with the series. I'm very excited to see where it's going to go from here. And I love in this book the world building. You don't really get all of the pieces until the very end. So why are Earth and Genesis fighting? Who's good? Who's bad? Like what side are we supposed to be on, kind of thing. You really don't get to figure any of that stuff out until the very end. And even stuff that Abel thought that he knew gets totally flipped on its head, which was so cool. So I'm very excited to see where everything is going to go. If you haven't read Defy the Stars, highly recommend it. Claudia Gray is a queen, and this book definitely proves it. I was just in love with it from start to finish. It is a very YA romance type of story, but the character work is just so well done that it doesn't really matter. My cousin read this book, and she, in particular, she wasn't super thrilled with it. She said that everything seemed a little bit too convenient, and she does have a little bit of the point, but Claudia's character work, I feel like it didn't take me out of it. Everything felt nicely. It felt like it flowed really well for me anyway, so I'm giving this book an A+, and I cannot recommend it enough. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!